my guy Keys here. It can be simple with just that skill set that you have. Your discipline to save money. Your discipline to learn. 1 hour learning every day. Showing people how to do that. Showing people how to be organized. Showing how to be on time. Be punctual. The real qualities is what I call it.
You know, that's 100% important, man. And it allows people to take this audit of themselves. It's funny because so much good has come out of this. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who actually really lost their lives from this, and that's unfortunate. So I don't really make fun of it and make it light, because regardless of what you think, how it started, what's going to be the outcome, who created it, there's some real people who's dying. Like, you understand me? So it's like, nah, I'm not going to make fun of it or make light of it, and not even go over rhetoric with my thoughts on where it's coming from and who started these things. I want to make sure that I'm solution based and we can help people go through this crisis together. You know what I mean? So you my observation lens so you can observe what's going on, right? But I'm not going to get stuck there. I'm not going to stay there, so you can keep observing the problem. After we observe it, then we go into our hypothesis. Now we figure out, okay, now we know what the virus is, the problem is. Now we start taking educated guesses, you understand me, on how we can fix it. Now, as a scientist, you understand me, you go through your experimental phases. You say, all right, now that I observe and I collect the data, you understand me, I'm going to experiment. The experiment goes right or it goes wrong. If it goes wrong, you take that information and then you improve your experiment until you get it right. Same thing with business. Same thing with your efforts. Last time during the recession, I didn't know what to do. You understand me? I was young, of course, much younger. So I was just like, shit, I don't know what's going to happen with the economy. We all messed up. I ain't got no paper. What the hell do I do? This time, I was able to connect with people within the network. Like, we had 10 years or 12 years to prepare for this. You had 12 years. Most of you all was alive during the last recession. You understand me? So that means you had 12 years to prepare for this. And people were saying that it could happen again. You already lived through one. So you really don't have any excuses because it already happened before. You understand me? And with this nut job of a president that we have, you could have guessed that something crazy was going to happen. It's a Donald Trump presidency. This goes on cue with his brand. We knew something apocalyptic was going to happen with Brian office. And so it don't matter whether you was 12 or whether you was 2 or 18. 18 is more than enough. You understand me? If you think that age is an excuse, you in a rude awakening for what's going to come to life. You understand? Poverty knows no age. Disease knows no age. Failure knows no age. Same thing with success. So that's more than enough for a mature mind. You can't even think like that. I was barely 18, shoot. So that lasts again. You understand me? So this generation of millennials, they said, you know what? Let's do a little better. Let's make sure we have some money. Let's share information with each other to see how we can fare better with this system. Everybody is looking at stocks right now saying, which stocks can I buy? Let's go down and get up. And that can be good. You can take a list of all of the stocks that you really like, that you liked before this. Look at where they at, find them at their lowest, buy in. Eventually, the economy bounces back, but only buy in with money that you ain't afraid to lose, of course. Or you can put options on them. You understand me? You can bet that they'll go up in the next 6 to 12 months, or that they're going to go down as the economy continues. You know what I mean? They hustling. They understand the full totality of the picture of how these things work. You understand me?
Betting against their own stuff right
now. Absolutely. At the top tier of the game. Uber is bad right now. I think it hits like $13 to $14. I bet against it. I already knew that as soon as this corona starts spreading, they was gonna have to drop that ride share. People's gonna be afraid to get it. Then they cut down on the places. So where the hell is there to go? So that's less trips to the club and all these different places. So I said, oh, this gonna hit. So I called it before the mass hysteria. So I've been making thousands of dollars every day on it. You understand me? And I told people about it live, but people be listening, but they don't really be learning. You understand me? They be thinking I'll be sharing information for entertainment. Behind the scenes, I'm trying to give you the game so you can understand how to own a stadium.
Hey, bro, and guess what? They can do that shit right on their cash app. You could go get stocks right, or you could go get stocks right on your cash app. So you ain't gotta be a super genius because they set it right there. They set it right there for you. But here's the thing, man. People got options, right? Like when you get in a car and you drive, you got the option to put your seatbelt on or drive without your seatbelt. You know what I mean? It comes with precautions. You know what I mean? Some people just be like, you know what? The option is there to put your seatbelt on. But some people still not going to travel.
Right.
Because they got airbags.
Right. And then that crash hit and you flying out the window. That's exactly what it is. That crash hit, you flying out the window. You understand me? So now it's terrible because if you look at the global economy and you under right now, you understand me? And with them continuously printing money and doing liquidity injections to the bank, that means that inflation is going higher. This money is being worth more and more and more and more. You understand me? So you really have to say, okay, even if this coronavirus went away today, the economy bounce back tomorrow? And the answer, of course, is this has messed up everybody's quarterly earnings. You understand me? Apple wanted to drop an iPhone, and this is going to mess up their production line. Not only is Trump further damaging the relationship with China that was already previously damaged before, and they're basically in a Cold War because China is getting so much money and so much power that afterwards it's not going to be the same. But in that lies opportunity. So for me, I'm thinking ahead of where the industry will go. For one, this is going to further push AI and 5G infrastructure. You understand me? The AI is saying that basically, okay, we was at so much risk because human beings can catch viruses and that shuts down everything. So how do you push that further? So you say, damn, if we had machines the whole time, we wouldn't have missed out on this. You understand me? We could have kept everything rolling in production. So of course, there's going to be so many people that's going to be switching over to AI, and it's going to be going faster. Now, AI is going to have to be connected to that 5G, that quantum machine learning, whatever, so it can boost faster and much faster. And now you're seeing socialist type activities where they're giving people money. So they could tell you, look, we're going to get rid of your job with AI, but we're going to stimulate you for the next 6 months because you're going to be missing out on your job. You understand me? And then you got about 6 months to figure this shit out because we ain't going to be able to float you the entire time. And so just thinking about the concepts that could happen in society allow you to plan for them, to say, okay, what sort of mindset should I have? What sort of business should I have? So people are going to change the way they connect. Streaming is going to get more popular because people are not going to want to meet up in all these spaces the same way anymore. A lot of events that got canceled, some of people are turning to streaming because they don't want to lose. All the world is never the same because of the psychological implications that it have, and it changes the way people think. That changes the economy. That changes the way things are moved. Gloves are not just going to be for tattoos, barbers. Everybody's going to want to use gloves. They're not going to want to touch things. Copper, viruses can't live on copper. More copper is going to be standard issues because people are going to have copper doorknobs instead of silver. Why? I mean, aluminum. Why the hell we didn't have copper in the first place if viruses can't live on them? You wouldn't have to worry about washing your hands every time you touch a doorknob if it was already copper. And this is something I was talking with my brother Blue Pill about, because we were talking about getting into those industries. So this type of thinking is how you got to be forward thinking ahead of the times. I know I be on my genius. You know what I'm talking about? I be feeling like I be giving away so much game. But y'all listen, y'all just like y'all be liking like, oh, Keys really be dropping that shit. No, Keys really giving you keys so you can utilize it. I utilize everything I talk about. That's why I can put myself into a position. You understand me? And I'm good, and I'm hiring my family, all of them by the end of this year. All of them will be hired. You understand me? We got about 40% there. You feel me? And so I ain't talking out my ass. No, I'm giving you game. So I just need y'all to really listen and pay attention and understand that this mask industry is going to continue to go and continue to grow. In China, they was ahead of their time. Anytime you see a Chinese person, they got a mask on. It was before the pandemic. You understand me? We made fun of that shit, but now everybody wants to do it. You understand me? So cool. Okay, now every brand should be putting on masks. They should get masks to make not only them, but make their customers feel safer. You understand me? It's all about, it's kind of therapeutic. No offense to Runway, because he ain't got one on. But you know, the mask is that when surgeons wear a mask, they wear it so that they don't drip inside the person's stomach when they're doing surgery. You know what I mean? They don't want to get no germs in there. So it's the same thing that I might want my barber to wear a mask. I might want my tattoo person to wear a mask. Because to be honest, it's what we should have been doing in the first place, because of the regular influenza got 19 million people sick during the 2019-2020 season. So it's like we not being health conscious, and this has made everybody health conscious, the way we spread germs and viruses, when we should have thought of that. But because the government wants to continue to vaccinate people and it's big money, they're not going to teach you ways to stop the spread of it. Because if it's 19 million and you practice more sanitation things and they chop it down to 8 million, well, that just changed the whole industry. You understand me? And every year people get better at it, then eventually it starts to become eradicated, and flu season could be dropped down by 50 to 60 to 70% just with extreme measures that people take in their everyday lives. So now that this is going to become new information and normal information, it creates a whole new industry that people can now start to participate in, and businesses can participate in. Flu season should never be and may never ever be the same again, because also the coronavirus can just become seasonal now. You understand me? Just another flu that we know about. It's just novel. So I really want y'all to think about that. Even in your businesses, they say that the virus can stand on clothing for 6 hours or something. So how can you make your clothing health conscious to where, I mean, it is antimicrobial or whatever you need in order to make sure that the virus is not there? Just thinking ahead of the game is important, but also your family. Like, do your family have any assets? Are we set up financially? You understand me? Are we in a good place regardless of what happens, to where we're calm? We have an exit strategy. We have a plan. We have emergency kits. We have food. We have shelter. Like, this is going to make me go into a deep strategy to make sure that we and I and everybody's never caught off again. You know what I'm talking about?
So you know, you like myself, we are like action takers. Like that's one of the things that make us like great at what we do, right? So and we solution based. We don't sit here and just go on a problem all day. Let's give them a few things that they can do from this live, that they could go take action and they can start implementing some things to help their life. Like I want to give somebody, you know, some tools that they could use, like some food for thought that they could go actually take action on and be like, all right, you know what, I can start this tonight after I get off this live. I can start implementing this tomorrow, because they got time.
But also, for one, like you said, people have a lot of time. They have a lot more time to work on their dream and everything that they been bullshitting on. You know what I mean? Everything that you put off because you didn't have time, you can now do. That book that you wanted to write, you can now get it done. You have the next 2 weeks to just focus on that. You understand me? Your health goals that you wanted to, switching up your diet, that business plan that you haven't written, you understand me? That research that you haven't done in order to start executing, that business credit or that LLC that you didn't start, you can start on that right now. You can go to LegalZoom, you can go do it yourself, learn about it, see how things go up and down. You understand me? See how companies reflect and bounce back and how long it actually takes. You understand me? To me, studying the market is more important than anything. So when it does bounce back, you can understand the ebbs and flows of the charts. You can know what a spread is, a put option, a future bond. You understand me? You can understand what a call is. What's the S&P 500? You understand me? All of these things are important. And you have time right now to go sit down with your children and start teaching them things that you never knew at their age. Now, I know that you're a person that does business with your children and entrepreneurship with your children. Now, of course, it'd be kind of dangerous if they went out there and sold 1,000 masks. But I promise you, if they set up a mask system to where they sitting there with their mask, their gloves, their full body, and people walking past them like it's a lemonade stand, you understand me? And there's a little jar, and you tell them, put the money there or cash at me the money and just take a mask and walk away. They'll be able to make money like that. You understand me?
Hey, I saw the dude while everybody out and Walmart is completely sold out. I put a post on my page. Dude right on the corner. He set up a table out the back of his car. You probably have, I don't even know where dude got all the soap from. He's selling them 2 for $5. They going like hotcakes. Walmart don't have nothing. I said, I pulled up. I said, dang, bro, y'all here making a killing. He said, man, the killing is an understatement. He had to make all the $3,000 in an hour.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna be back out here at the same time tomorrow. No business card, no promotion, no nothing. Look, I got soap, I got deodorant. Yeah, soap, deodorant, and masks. Yeah, soap, deodorant, and masks.
Yeah, you can start sourcing Florida water and sages and crystals, all of that stuff is going to have an uptick right now because people are going to want to go into more holistic practices. Even if you got a clothing brand and you can weather the storm right now, you can go to most places because they're not getting an uptick in sales and they're going to want to still be busy because they're losing so much money. You can go and barter with a lot of people right now for what you want. You understand me? And you can get things below market price. So therefore you have a greater profit spread right now. You understand me? So I would even think of those particular things. Go to your normal people and get greater bargaining power. I mean, that to me is important. Also think about the industry that's being disrupted right now. I know my good brothers Black and Mobile, they out there in Philly, and I'm sure that they're making a killing right now because you go to the brand you trust. You understand me? Right now, it's about trustable brands. I don't want to go to Uber. They're too big. I don't feel like I can trust them. You understand me? Because I know they are profit driven. But these young Black men with Black and Mobile, oh, it seems like the perfect idea. I can get 2 young Black men that I trust, that I'm sure will be clean. I don't know these strangers that's delivering my food. I'd rather the homie delivering my food than somebody I don't know. So that's an interruption to where you can take over an industry. By the time that shit come back on the flip end, you got enough money to start taking more and more customers because every time they do a delivery, but somebody who would have went to Uber Eats, they steal another client and another client and another client. Same thing with the soap man. You understand me? Now he has the ability, maybe not him because he's not getting those people that's coming back with his cards, but he has the ability to start turning those customer transactions into clients. So if you look at the disruption of all of these different businesses, you say, okay, which businesses can't be certified? I mean, can't be done right now. How can I take over that shit? You understand me? People are going to want less big public like gyms and will kind of rather go to something small now. Like think about all of this shit that you can take over right now. Because I know we're doing phenomenal just because, you know, all right, let me break this down, right? You know, people, I wouldn't say that they laugh, but I don't think that they understood when I said I was putting EMF in the crowns, right? I said I'm putting EMF in the crowns to protect you against 5G, 4G, and to make you aware of the problem with 4G and 5G because they're linked to cancer causing that. Everybody's making this vast connection with 5G and the coronavirus. So now they're scared. They're scared. They say Big Keys got the answers. You know what I mean? Instead of the COVID-19, we go get the Crowns 19. Because if you break them down, they're basically opposites of each other. You understand me? COVID means crown shape. You understand me? And people think it comes from 5G. And it was discovered in the year 2019. So they got me right. Wait a minute. He also got Crown's oil. What it do? Oh, it got key ingredients that boost your immune system. Big Keys ain't playing no games. He got me right. You know what I'm talking about? So being proactive.
It don't stop there though. Hold up. My homie got gold water too.
Yes, sir.
Out here drinking all this stuff that comes from we don't know. And it gotta be shipped from over here.
Yeah.
Then we gonna go ahead and give us some gold water. Yes,
sir. We got the Crown, we got the Smart Moss. The Smart Moss got the CBD in it, so it's gonna calm you during times of high anxiety. But then it got the Lion's Mane that actually increases your focus. You know what I mean? So now you're gonna be calm and focused. And it got the sea moss that be boosting your immune system at the same time. Man, I felt like I knew this was coming. It's like they sent me a memo and said, Keys, you better create these products before we bust this shit down on their ass.
You better drop it right now.
They said, look, hey, we about to drop that COVID-19. You better drop that Crowns 19 before we do. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I wouldn't even, if I, you know, you think about business is all about creating solutions to chemicalize society and under-mineralize. I don't have to create new terms and new vernacular for and be reactive to this particular virus. My information is in time and on time. But now you listen to it more because you said, oh shit, I can't ignore it right now because that's exactly what I need. So for me, this is a game that I've been giving out, but now it makes more sense because of where we at with it. The innovation makes sense because people are like, oh shit, I get that. You know what I mean? Even if this thing is possibly true, I can ignore that. I got to tap in. Who would I be to expose my children to radiation saying it's not true when there's somebody who has a product that I can buy them? I'm going to buy them some shoes. I'm going to buy them some food. You understand me? Why not be proactive just in case where I can protect my children's mind and their body? So, it's beautiful, even with the knowledge. We got paradigm keys, solution-based mind reprogramming. You understand me? I talk about a lot of this particular things that you can utilize right now. And so it's like we got the knowledge, we got the products, we got the physical, the immaterial, everything good to go. So yeah, man, I don't live in the stars. I bring it back down to earth and then I apply it to real life.
I think everybody, one thing that'll help you pick your desire, something that just gets you fired up, something that you really love. And one of my favorite things is, man, you got the power of social media. You can tap in with Keys, you can tap in with me, you can tap in so many influencers, thought leaders, right in the power of your own hand, but people don't do it. Go on YouTube University. You know what I mean? A lot of students gonna be out of school. You know what I mean? They for a little while, due to this situation, but go ahead and put your study somewhere else, whether it's gonna be, email marketing. You might have Keys, you might have 20, 30,000 customers that you need to reach out to, and you might need a team member, which I'm pretty sure is probably gonna be one of his family members. But if you develop a skill set over the next 2 weeks that you can really lock in and master, now, man, if you feel like you don't have that idea of that business, you probably can link with somebody, collaboration over competition. Now you can collaborate with somebody and bring value to somebody else's business and make some money with them, and then go make some money with somebody else. So now, each one teach one. So now you got a skill set that I don't have. I have the skill set that you don't have. And how can we collaborate to make these come together and make us some money?
Yeah.
So many people want to be stingy with the ideas. They want to hold on to it. And at a time like this, where the information seems like it's so scarce, it's right in front of your face. You just ain't open your mouth, or you just don't have the skill set to be able to help. Got the answers. Look, my man right here. Look, get with him. He got you. And it's just that simple. But some people don't even come to the table halfway ready.
Ability. You understand me? For me, regardless of what circle I'm ever in on the planet Earth, I'm gonna have value to that circle. You understand me? Regardless, I'm adding value, and value respects and attracts more value. If you don't understand money, why would somebody bring money to you? You understand me? They don't want to put something in your hands that you're gonna lose. They're not gonna come to you with value. That's why rich people go to other rich people to you and to them, and they bring them opportunities because they know that they understand money and they understand value. You understand me? So that's why all people I make money. The U.S. Treasury Department makes money. I create value and people exchange that for money. You understand me? That's the goal every single day. Just create value. What value do you have? What skill set do you have? What power do you have? You understand me? So just some simple things, man. I would take this time for a lot of people not to try to rush anything. You understand me? Now you learn how to do it. You understand me? Now you're ready to execute. The when to do it is always in the present. So now you're not stuck no more, and you've been granted this great opportunity. And I told the story the other day, when I was working a job, and when I was off, I got into a fight, and I taught somebody a lesson to not be fucking with me, right? And so, I messed with my hand, so I got like a scar right here from a surgery that I had box fracture. I mean, I whooped them, hit them about 19 keys. You know what I'm talking about? And then I realized that as the testosterone went down at the moment, that my hand, you understand me, was like hurting and throbbing. You understand me? I must have not had my fist hitting the right way. So that was my L. You know what I'm talking about? So I went to the doctor and to the hospital emergency room, but that shit was throbbing. They was like, yeah, man, that shit broke. And I'm like, damn. So after that, of course, I ended up having to have surgery. Luckily, I had some health insurance, you know what I'm talking about? And long story short is I ended up taking 3 months off of work. And at that time, I had been working consistently for years, and I never had that much time and freedom. And it reminded me of what it felt like to be able to be free and do what I want to do. And for a lot of people, they've never had this much time off from work. You understand me? And it's going to change the way they think because they pay their rent for the next 3 to 6 months. so that they can feel focused enough to execute the way that they need to. Some people need to learn management skills so that they can learn how to manage themselves and their time every single day so that they can actually be productive. So you got to learn how to audit yourself and say, where am I at right now? What will be my, and that's how I want you to tap in as far as what is your next thing to do. And if you don't know the best thing to spend money on right now, the absolute best thing to spend money on right now is knowledge. You know how many people that got a budget for knowledge right now because they're not spending it on the lips, and you can always leverage for the rest of your life. Man, I'm just saying, man. Y'all getting free game, man. You getting that free game. You know what I'm talking about?
Matter of fact, I'll do this for like 20 people. I got a social media course that teach people how to make money off of social media. For the first 20 people that DM me, just DM me course, and I'm sure y'all get it.
Now listen, I'm not gonna give y'all anything for free, right? But I am dropping a new book called 19. These are my content secrets, my game that I got to give away. You understand me? And as you go through it, you can't help but to get value and utilize it as your Bible. You understand me? Right now, content is super important.
I tell you what. I'll get a course to whoever buy your book.
Okay, super solid. So now you got double value.
For those 20 people, I'm still gonna honor. That's my word. But for everybody who buy your book, I'm gonna give it to them too.
Somebody said, is it an ebook? Absolutely. Digital products right now is the best ones to go to because it requires no shipping. It requires time and knowledge. So you're leveraging your time and knowledge. And that's what I was trying to teach people earlier is that you got time and knowledge. So this 19 C's of content, for one, everybody needs to learn how to make content and how to capitalize and how to monetize, how to break it down and give it out. I mean, my brother Runway, maybe like a year ago, you got a consultation with me with content strategy. And of course, I don't take credit for nothing you do, but I'm just saying that your content is crazy right now. You know what I mean? You skyrocket. You understand me? I ain't saying that that's me. I'm just pointing out that my own brother found value, you understand me, in myself. You understand me? But yeah, you change your game up though. I will say that. And your shit is fire right now. If y'all ain't following Runway, you missing out. You understand me? Because this is a role model. This Runway billionaire. You understand me? This man put his children on. He traveled the world. Multiple businesses. He bought the block a couple of times. You understand me? This is a living legend. You're talking about, it's an honor to be able to speak to my brother.
God talk. But yeah, but bro, just you know, it don't always be those. It don't always be those. You know, some people they'll watch the stuff and they want that live at 119. I like that. They don't always watch the stuff. You know what I mean? They watch it for that big jump. They watch it for that one big jump that's gonna change their life. They don't always have it. Sometimes it's just that little piece of jump from here, little piece of jump from here, little piece of jump from here. You take that, and then you make jewelry. You know what I mean? So that's really what it was. Yeah. Man, that consultation was like, man, let me tap in with my guy. I see him moving over here. I see him. You know what I mean? You know, I see this area that he tapping in, which is my area. You know what I mean? Let me pick his gems real quick and see what he's going on.
The value of gems is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, all right, I consultate with my brother for an hour, 2 hours of his time and his genius, but then the execution, listen to it, the execution, because I could have took the information, I could have did nothing. Mm-hmm. But the execution of the information, I took it, double back, and was like, all right, look, I'm going to do this for this, for this, for this. And then now, you know what I'm saying? Like now everybody live. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a piece of it. And I make sure everybody gets some of the jewelry. Everybody shine, because I'm not successful if I'm only doing it. That's not success. But if I got people around me and I'm sharing the information, then that's when you get successful.
Yo, the resale value of the gems is crazy. And this is some game I'm about to give y'all for free, right? If you go find, I mean, if you wrestle up enough money to go get consultations from all of your favorite influencers, leaders, business people, and you write down everything that they take you, that they give you, of course, execute on it, but you can resell everything. You understand me? Because now you have game and you have knowledge from all of the top tier people that you can give to everybody else that they don't have. The quickest way to provide people to value is to teach them something they don't know. That's all. Teach them something they don't know, and people will be in your favor forever. So you don't know. Don't ask them. See, some people, they go into a consultation to ask about things they already know, sometimes to get confirmation. And then they hit you with that line, I already knew that. Well, what, you thought I was going to lie about it? Well, shit, ask me about something you don't know, and then I'm going to teach you about that. So when you walk away, you just got value. And I want to provide you value.
And keys, and that goes back to those skill sets that we talked about earlier, showing up on time, being pumped, all those underdog skill sets. Yo, if you know how to ask the right questions, like, I know a lot of people on this live, they'll meet Jay-Z and asking the wrong question. I'm 90% sure they ask Jay-Z the wrong question if they meet.
Mm.
But just asking the right question, oh my God, that's free value from asking 19 keys the right question, because you have to ask a question that's going to make him think, that he's not just going to be able to give you an answer, but he's actually going to have to stop and think. And then you're going to get the most value. You're going to get the most value out of that, because now you're not just asking a general question. You're asking something that strikes interest, something that gets his gears turning, and now he has to spit back out something like, dang, man, I got to get him something, because that question actually, it turned my keys. Now I got to ask him something. Yo, if you do that, man, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna get some value for the free.
Absolutely. No, I mean, the questions are more important than the answers, because the question, for one, it starts with a quest and it leads you somewhere. It's by the results, and other people are impressed by the process. Now, the way you really understand the process is if you've been on a similar experience. So it's like, if I see you do something, build a business, and I built a business before, I know how much it took to build that business. You do something I haven't done before, I'm like, damn, that was a lot that it took to actually get there. So now I can ask you a question directly related to business, and you can give me what I'm missing, right? So that's the goal, is when and then as a person that consults, a lot of time you want to ask more questions sometime as well, because if you find out what a person is missing, then you know exactly what they need. So it can be up to you to ask other people the right question, to be like, yo, what are you missing right now? Like, in asking them the questions, not directly like what you missing, but just speaking to them, and you'll figure out what they missing. And then if you can provide that gap, it creates that connection. So that's the important thing, is that's your value proposition, and saying that, how can I provide value to this person? And what is the value in the first place? Like, if I was pitching to a corporation on why they should hire 19 keys to come in there, how is this going to affect their bottom line to increase their profits by particular different things as you moving around and learning how to switch up your language, learning how to give value and get the most value? That's the game right there. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. A lot of people, entertainment is off. So they're looking for entertainment through social media and through information. So they'd rather me be on here yelling at them, talking about conspiracy theories, because it's going to be a form of entertainment and escapism that they can't use, and it replaces their normal form of escapism. You understand me? Instead, we here giving them game that they can actually utilize if they but apply it. So me, sometimes I'll be calm. My tonality is not always high. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not trying to force the information on you. I'm just sitting here kicking back, giving you game like God would if he was in conversation.
Yeah, I'm energy. I'm saying I'm energy.
Let me ask you this: if a person got this $1,000 from the government, right, and it was an extra $1,000 because they didn't really need it, you understand me? What should they be doing with that $1,000? What's something that they can do with that $1,000 to flip it?
You asking me?
I'm asking you, my brother.
Oh, all right. Well, for one, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go pay for some information to hire my skill set. I'm gonna go invest. I'm gonna invest in something that I know that I'm gonna make immediate return. For one, right? You know, we teach the last class. How many other things can you make $75 an hour? Well, with businesses, can you make $75 an hour, right? and then start making money right after you take the class. Like right after you take the class. Go home, practice this on your mannequin, tell your mom lay down, start lashing, and then go start recouping funds. It's not too many. I'm not gonna go put it in the stock market if I don't have the knowledge. So I'm gonna invest it in the information. Now it all depends on where you are at in your life. What are the things that's going to run? Is you gonna go invest that in credit repair to fix your credit? So that way you can make some moves on the credit side of things. You want to get into real estate, X, Y, and Z. You're gonna put it there. Do you wanna know social media marketing and managing and stuff like that? You want to manage accounts for businesses and make a couple hundred every week. Cool. But I'm going to invest that money to get to a higher conscience, a higher skill set, just to be able to get to that next level that I'm at. Why? Because they say the average American don't have emergency for $400. So your car break down or something like